So hello everyone, welcome to the video. So today we are going to discuss about a particular specific role that is certainly in high demand, which is of TMF specialist. So in this particular video we will understand that what exactly is trial master file specialist role in clinical research and how this particular role acts as a critical component in clinical trial, and let us understand what exactly is this job role, how the career is made, and what would be the salary or compensation as you do your career in this particular role. Without further ado, let's start. So first and foremost, let us understand what exactly is eTMF. So eTMF stands for Electronic Trial Master File, which is a digital innovation in the realm of clinical trial management. And this particular digital solution transforms the traditional trial master file into an electronic format. This solves the problem by streamlining the storage, management, and retrieval of the essential documents that are very critical for the conduct of clinical trial. This particular eTMF also ensures that there is regulatory compliance and data integrity to the documents, and it upholds the standard of good clinical practices. This particular eTMF is designed in certain way that it always is ready for inspections, and any kind of modification done in the eTMF leaves an audit trail so that it is fully traceable. So when it comes to sponsor and the CROs, this particular eTMF is indispensable and plays a critical role in managing the clinical trial life cycle, while for auditors, it helps to build a reliance on the compliance to the regulatory and the legal guidelines. So you can understand this particular eTMF is very critical in ensuring there is a good documentation practices going on, and this electronic solution also ensures that the regulatory compliance, the data integrity, and the GCP is maintained at the same time. So if you're someone who needs to understand the basics of trial master file, so this is a particular video that we have uploaded previously. I shall place link of this particular video in the description box. You can go ahead and check this particular video out if you're not familiar with the concept of trial master file. Now let us understand what are the essential documents in clinical trial. So essential documents are documents which are very critical for the conduct of clinical trial. These particular documents play an important role in management and verification of the compliance of the clinical trial to the GCP and regulatory. Okay. Now, why are these essential documents required? So that we can have a comprehensive evidence of the trial planning, execution, and the results. So all the documentary proof of the trial conduct, execution, and results constitute the essential documents. Now, what are these essential documents? So essential documents may look like the protocols, the amendments, the informed consent form, the regulatory documents, the EC approval, the monitoring records, the audit records, the financial disclosure form, the training forms. So all kinds of document that encompass the clinical trial would certainly fall into the category of essential documents. Now, how should this particular essential document be? So this particular essential document should be complete, legible, accurate, signed and dated, so that we can ensure that it complies by the regulatory as well as the GCP standard. So this is regarding the essential documents, which essentially constitute the trial master file. Now let us understand why is there a regulatory compliance or regulatory requirement for the trial master file. So as per FDA's 21 CFR Part 11, it is a crucial regulation by the US FDA, and it sets forth the standard for the electronic records and electronic signatures that are deemed trustworthy, reliable, and equivalent for paper counterparts. So whenever you have to conduct or whenever you have to make electronic version of any kind of clinical trial document, it should comply by the criteria given by 21 CFR Part 11, so that it ensures that all the documents that you have generated which are of electronic nature, that are trustworthy, reliable, and equivalent to the paper counterparts. The next thing is that by following the regulatory compliance, the eTMF system will ensure that it has proper electronic documentation that meets the criteria of integrity and authenticity. So it will meet the ALCOA principles, as well as it will ensure that it is a signed and dated document so that it is authentic. Next thing would be that the eTMF system that which is developed should comply by the international regulations and guidelines also, such as the ICH GCP, the E6R2 guidelines, where specific sections are given for the eTMF documents and how the system should be followed, and it clearly ensures the effectiveness and applicability of the global clinical trials. So your eTMF must not only satisfy the local regulatory regulation but also the international guidelines such as ICH-GCP. And finally, if we have adherence to this particular document, it will essentially guarantee that the system is robust and secure in the first place, and it will also help the other countries or the other trial participating site function on an international level, and it will support the consistency of the document worldwide and help in clinical trial data management and supervision. So this is regarding the regulatory aspect of the eTMF. Now, if you want to make your career in eTMF, so as a eTMF specialist, a TMF reviewer, okay, so this is your job description. So if you see this particular job description, so you would see that the adherence to the ICH GCP, the SOPs are given, but we have distilled the role of TMF specialist into four critical categories. Let us see. So whenever you function as a TMF specialist, the first role that you would do is document management, because during the course of the clinical trial, a lot of essential documents are generated, and this particular document play a very important role in ensuring that the documentation is complete, accurate and compliant with the regulatory as well as the GCP guidelines. And this particular document will help in reviewing and approving the documents. So you would be reviewing the documents, you would be approving the documents, and perform quality control and quality assurance measures to address any particular query in that particular documents. So document management review of the document would be a critical role of eTMF specialist. The next thing would be the system maintenance. So as you know that the eTMF or the electronic trial master file is an electronic document managed by a software. So we have to ensure that the eTMF system is up to date. It is ready for the audit and inspection whenever it is required. And this particular system maintenance will include ensuring the documents are accessible and compliant to the audit trails. So whatever documents are inserted, changed, modified, deleted, it needs to have an audit trail so that we can ensure the system compliance to 21 CFR Part 11. Next thing would be the reporting. So eTMF specialists would also be responsible for generation of reports to measure whether the TMF is complete for a particular site, whether the documents are accurate and the timelines are met. So there is a certain timeline to submit clinical trial documents, so that timelines adherence is also your responsibility, and the completeness of the documents and accuracy has to be reviewed. Next thing is the process improvement. So although there are guidelines for eTMF system development, but there is continuously growth in this particular field, and you have to ensure that continuously you need to evaluate and improve the eTMF process and the system and the workflow so that it can increase efficiency and compliance to the regulatory as well as the GCP. Okay, so essentially whenever you are eTMF specialist, you would be responsible for document management, system maintenance, reporting of the eTMF processes and process improvement also. So that is essentially the TMF specialist role. Now let us come to one of the favorite questions that a lot of people ask me. So that is regarding the salaries. Okay, so if you are a TMF specialist, your entry level salary on an average would be 4.9 lakhs. So it can range from 2.5 lakhs to 7.8 lakhs. So that is a broader range, but it essentially depends upon your understanding of the essential documents, whether you have worked in clinical research previously and do you know the guidelines. Okay, so if you're going for this particular role, ensure that you know ICH GCP, you know E6R2, you know the attributes of 21 CFR Part 11, and the fundamentals of clinical research and the SOPs. So if you have that particular knowledge, you would certainly go towards the higher spectrum of this particular salary. Now let us understand how the career progresses. So if you get more than 5 years of experience in this eTMF, you are good at reviewing the documentation and the process of eTMF, then your salary would definitely range in the higher sections, and you would be paid at this particular amount. And this will essentially help for you to grow. Okay, so it essentially depends upon what your performance is and how you can grow. Definitely this particular eTMF specialist role is critical because it will give you the freedom from working from home, because it's a software based job and you don't essentially need to visit a particular site. as well as it will give you that particular independence of working into non-physical activities, non-operational activities. Okay, so this particular role would be very beneficial for you. Finally, thank you for watching this video till the end. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that we can bring you amazing clinical research roles and job opportunities and fundamental concepts. Thank you.